afufropi ayebo no ayede beso mo se no sumpe mu kase wo KFM TV ne so mekai wo sa no pensem no etwago ewo ye abefo ntintam fidie ne so Facebook and YouTube KFM TV GH no to betimi ahwe na wa share na wa like na wa dwenche no so udi go ase ama me kama kenkan for me mami esinko mami dane me ho sima ba me ba nsem no me hya ase edi ama Ebusi afọ yesan mamu ina akwaba edamase sa no pe mugu so etmu TV ho amohwe no so pe mu kase wo KFM TV ne so mekoso kai busa no pensem no etwego ewo ye abefo ntintam fidie ne so Facebook and YouTube KFM TV GH no to betimi ahwe na wa share na wa like na wa dwenche ne so odi egu ase ama me kama me hensem na say edi ama wa no pedia national chairman edema the National Democratic Congress NDC ameniko no Johnson asiedu ketia nende dwe wode nsem abetudwa wode kwama party members ahodo a wo mo eka nsem dodo na defa political representatives ahodo anasa appointees ahodo a wo mo ewo my Ghana wo chese feelings ahodo show mo a eno nam soma mo de kasa nsem no kebe ya wo mo hwe na wo mo yimfemfuro mo na ya de ndisi amenyoko no wo mo ba se wo mo ebebua wo my Ghana nsem we ana national chairman Johnson asiedu ketia wode abetudwa no pe ya yeso ye de bi esomo ewo kase no eso
as I say etwi adwene free say me nkwa menya post na me kromfo ho akire me na omonya nsuo no omonya nkanea omonya network omonya school adan papa no etwi adwene free ho yema abai no tab say nipa kakra bi no betimi dia abuman no na sika no bi be kanea dia yempuntuduma magana fo ho ato ho a eno ena be ya mamu papa eno ntina party for ubia present ya mami school feeding ya mami CEO ya mami saa netie so eno ntie besere no onya motre se wa wo ko pribia wanya no wo so one ye ena be chere se ebre bi so a wo benya bia na wo nya bi if you say so ko ekopri no wanya na be jira ka se insese ye be kan bo mu aboa ba ko no ye di ama no na ka se o me manya ide ye sisi mi enti ya badwa ne be to obi ade ne entom de enso nton se dwa no branch for no so de na ma se enje ya baba ya ba be to aba asana organize branches na obi a ye de aduma ma o ye mi ya ye so ema oko wani enu se organization na eba branch for na wo mo ye aduma ye bi se wo mo ye aduma no esre mo mo ma wo ntra wo ba kuda ya ye bi dia merasia ye nta ye wo mo wo kro na de tie bia no robia mense wo Ibaru bi wo ha remtina remeche wo se ye hu ti wo so cheche enti mi ho ti san remeche o mi so ha adro kakra na me kakra enti sa fo no de wo de wo mo bu bra bia wo ko meeting wi a adaba ti da MPP for
national chairman ye be sew na kwa contractor no ayedi adwuma ma no wa body tuja na wa be ye kwan no edi amaye ni amai mani ji abanwe ho any legacy projects se projects dia abandada no ye ya wa wi no obeto aso na wa ye ebise de kanesika ene ye na sale tie dia na ye sew say agenda 111 e wo prum ha ya kabira mu na ye budget no yeti say abansi afi
Ebusia Final Team Semway and a national chairman Edema NDC Amenio Kunu Johnson asi edun ketia wono so wode abetudwa ye de bi ababe somo ewo kase no so ye free sansem ni mo na de wa consent from there eyendedwe Ghana Immigration Service empenifo abebo interior minister on Monyafo Muntaka Mohammed wo mo abona baso ye papa pe wo my Ghana mo chim se dwumaden ene akomapa ne odo a wode ti o my Ghana ha wode ye dwuma no eno de bi a wo mani eso ye papa no ntene ndedwe wo motimi ahwe saade no so a wo de abodin kase we wo mo de amano eho sansem we and Ghana Immigration Service in penny for wo mo de atu edwa.
Actually, when we had series of engagement with the directorate and we checked the records, it was clear and proven that you've been one of our best sector ministers. We have a challenge in this country. We are quick to crucify people when they go wrong. When people are corrupt and they do all the bad things, we use the media to bastardize them. But when people are doing well, we don't talk about it. We don't celebrate it. And we all know that, I'm told in the banking sector, when you want to train people to know the difference between counterfeit and the original, you don't expose them to counterfeit. You expose them to the original currency. And looking at what they have done in 1 year, it's a very strong council. I mean, it's not a council that you can easily manipulate and throw things on the table and get it passed. We came to one conclusion that you've done very well. So we want to present a special award to you from the council to encourage you to continue to do your best and to ask that others will emulate your example. So with your kind permission, we will do this.
Ishma Benunti Ghana Immigration Service womo anomode abodin kesewe ediama Interior Minister on Monyafo Muntaka Mohammed. Nemra womo edi abodi ma no so edi nsem kakra edi tu mpenifo nima wo chim se wo hye Immigration Service amo my Ghana hana bibia eye promotion challenges ahodo a womo ehia e wo man mu no wo mbehwe na womo asosa de nini ano edi amomo ano eya de bia beboa ma bibia no wo dwuma no etimi ejina ne nan so papa edi Amao.
And then they came to thank the ministry for all the good work that we're doing and to assure us of their support, most of the reforms that we are trying to bring to the Ghana Immigration Service. They reiterated the issue of our porous borders, the infrastructural need of the service. They acknowledge in this 1 year some of the great things that we started doing, including the 7 regional offices that are simultaneously being built, the work that we are doing on the head office, even though it's stored, and I told them why it's stored, and I'm assuring them that this year we are very grateful that we are hopeful that it will come back to institution. And about the border control and the challenges, we told them what we are also doing, trying to get a system that is fully owned by us, and that is able to help us track not only at the legitimate crossing points, but even the illegitimate crossing points. And the issue of their established posts came, which is a very key thing for many officers. And I said that, yes, if we were to continue the way probably others have done, yes, we can end up pleasing people who are seen or aligned to us, that will end up messing the whole service. So it requires a lot of sacrifice. Because I couldn't fathom why a service like Ghana Immigration Service should have more deputy commissioners than even police. That is much bigger than, because we have about almost 50,000 police, women officers. The immigration is less than 20,000. They are just about 18,000 plus. Yet they have this kind of top heavy. And also reminded them that, yes, I know the council is under enormous pressure because those who are assistant commissioners, in April, based on the information I have, about 39 of them will be due to be promoted. But the regulation is very clear. You can only promote it if the vacancy.
Ebusuafo no nti semwe an interior minister Omonya for Muntaka Mohammed wono so wode abetudwa ye di bi aba besomo ewo kase no so yedi we free sansem no ma dia wa consent from there Asante regional deputy director de Masikuma Edema Kumase Central Prison Ura James B na wode kokobo ekwa ma applicant ahodo a wo mo hwe anim se Ghana Prison Service no wo mbenya akwenya edi omo ho akodom abibia na je omo tue scansa recruitment no wo monsa cabin eno ana wode kokobo ekwa masa ankofon se hwe no bibia enkotue skase wo per recruitment ana bibi na esaso mu a wo mo ebehwe mama no ene wo edini sania ese efata same way ana Asante regional deputy director Edimase Kumase Central Prison wode abetudwa.
Assure the young men and women that this process is open and competitive. So they should not allow anybody to lure them into paying monies, being deceived that someone get you into the service. No, we have told them that no, that is unacceptable. It's not done. You know, thankfully we had the presence of our director of presence in charge of welfare who has come from headquarters to see how the exercise is going. So we should also re-quote this point to all the applicants, you know. So this is just at the police depot here. We have 2 centers. Then we have 4 other centers, you know, at the stadium, one at Wesco, one at Chirpatre, and at Jubilee Park. So you know, 6 centers for Ashanti region here. We are happy that the process has come so far, no incident, and then we hope it will be the same for today and the rest of the day.
Ebusuafo anonti Kumase Central Prison Deputy Director wono anodin sem we abetudwa na nsem no waside tudwa bioma wodi abaso bode kese kwama nsem twofo ina na se media houses ahodo a mo my Ghana habibia no wo mo promote wo mo nyuma pa ahodo a wo mo wo my Ghana wo mo chese yade a wo mo niso hie papa pasa habibia no wo mo tibom ho modern emma promotion ekoso Edema Ghana Prison Service.
I want to commend you. At City FM, you've really been partners for the prisons, and then your counterpart, especially in Upper West, where I happen to have worked. Oh yes, they covered all our programs, gave us a lot of space to propagate the mission of the Ghana Prison Service. So, key stakeholders play a key role. The state, the agency, prison service will do what we have to do in terms of churning out inmates that would have become better than they came in. But they all go back into society. So how society receives them right from the families is very important. So we should work to reduce stigma. But I admit that as an institution, we have to let people know where we stand, what we do, and how stakeholders come in. The faith-based organizations are very helpful in terms of support to the prisons across the country. You know, so that is the message to those out there that let's not ostracize inmates. Let's not stigmatize them. Let's welcome them. You know, we take them through some processes, skill training and what have you. You know, but whatever they learn, they come out. If we don't welcome them, it becomes difficult, you know, for them to reintegrate. There's some may reoffend and go back to prison. There will be a vicious cycle, you know. So the media carry the message. We have our PRO unit at the Regional Prisons Command.
Adeshima Benunti Semwe ana Kumase Central Prisons womo director, deputy director Edema omo wode abetudwa yenso anope yedibi ababesom ewo kase no so ye free sansem ni mo na yedwa consent from the National Schools Inspectorate authority enso ebom homoden ekopie mo ewo St Olive School grammar ewo dodowa womo chese sukuu illegal esanse womo license omo di edwuma no womo koye inspection no bibia chese enye license papa no omo di edwuma ni ane se nche bia ana betu odwa se womo headmistress baako wabone homoden ayabufa bi basabasa eno enam so amama melendo klo ebone homoden ekopie mu ewo ho a wodi sika ne ade a ekoboa abofre ne no ana enam so ma National Schools Inspectorate authorities wo mo ekopie mu osuku ho amo chese sesi ade suku inkrata ekitomo amode yedwuma no illegal ewo ho sa.
We had some information on City News and then Channel 1 TV on their social media handle concerning some information that they gathered on VEPS Happy Home Academy concerning an 8-year people who are an injury. First of all, I want to condemn the act. This is not right. As an institution, you are supposed to have the health and safety facility such a way that you can give first aid to your people. What we have gathered so far from our investigation shows that there are 2 schools here. The first one is the VEPS Happy Home Academy, and the second one is St. Olive Grammar Boarding School. So we realized that the VEPS Happy Home Academy is licensed by NASIA, and we have it in our NASIA record, while the St. Olive Grammar Boarding School is not in our records. So NASIA sees that as an illegal institution. And where the incident actually happened at the St. Olive Grammar Boarding School. So which means that in the first place, that school should have existed, because it is not NASIA. For a school to exist, NASIA will have to inspect, whole school inspections, have to make sure that you have the right infrastructure, the right environment, the right teachers, the right health and safety.
Ebusiafo anu ntin semwe ananasi ampeni for wo so mo de abetudwa ye dibi ababesom wo ho ye to asem ne so de ama odia ye ndrada na mamprusi eye ma ene memo mo ho ina ebodompem ebepie mu ewa Accra High Court ni nia ne se eye wo mo peni I friend se Alhaji Seidu eye abagir a wo gusu a wo twe aban ekukumu no eno ano mo chem se eye mentimi ho asiesi wo boko ene ne importem no kame aye se aban we take one side die eye de oye no ayade a wo benji ho kran no nti enenam so ama mo so mo de oye chewe ebegu kwan wo kran mantem ho ase ne be ya ban be hu se ane wo mani abriye papa mo hwe se mpenifo be hwe na wo mo pani wo mo ebeyi no ede amom
say nipa menu na eku obokuru nipa menu kusasi with mankushis but say the president of Ghana on the side baku na support omo so mo na ekuta kurom no. Yeah, for the net in a Kurana 15 of Bokunda. Says almost there's no escort from Boku to Bolga, but a move to me escort move from Boku to Walwali. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. Me person we have to wait to say president on the one side. Can I rock the and yet? Seven move me to Niba, more than a show of Boku Bebre. More than a show of Boku Bebre. What's me for one side? Let's support one side and one side. On me for this year, and you for this year. Me to know, and you for this year, me to my time is I got pin A to Z. Yana not to move back 40, about 50 of Okuna only and Africa. But never men who met me over Tinakrum almost 4 years. Yana no way on it tonight. I don't know about film was away no. On often 142 years near 42 years. Never political, never political, never political.
Ebusiafo anu ntin semwe anambai wo mode abetudwa ye nso ye dibi ababesom ewo sa ye gina sansem we so ni twa ye ho akodi aboafo nkrato abaye ba ye beto ansem ne so edi amo
By just one you, Yanum. A shaya ain't use fuel. When so yansa oil, near any key. A shaya gumechina, a ye lip moto, Giomi, Anase Nami, a yamu bia, was Sabeka or KFM Limited, a Ghana ha, lip moto. A bear for cancer be, Yanum, and where Dennis Hanso effect, wash interiors here. Can hear me, Timothy see and your friend on lip motor. There were 3 modes of driving. Obey me a switch it, so open 10-1, obey in a sports mode. So person will save you battery, obey me is economy mode. That's a home pentem now open with normal riding so your friend is standard. What charge your battery within 6 hours? A bet to me do a Kumasiaba. Metra air 310 kilometers. Enti woni how. Ubetumi so the 3 hours fast charger. A charge na mana you full bonama na wakọ Kumasi aba. Say no. Me en try the aka no. Giomi. Ya wo hia ne key. Make sure say key ne ben. Wa wo hwese na interior on it here na. Black and white papa. So no FSN yo. Wa screen tintin. E bo ma hu car no battery aka. Na ma hu mileage nso wo so. When so the etu kwan 320 kilometers and sana was a charge. Ubetimi a charge in 6 hours. Fast charger ya 3 hours. A barefoot if we dey so. Ubetimi a driving in 3 modes. A standard, sports, and now say economy. So we pentem to say me yanom choose sports was say. Ubetimi to quite fi hakokubasi. Ama battery ni biswaka because a 320 kilometers. We charge in 6 hours, ubetumi in your full battery. Now when you fast charge and swap 3 hours per your set. Making sure so okay in the car when you saw wakem. Ubi a door na start. Chili Joby, black and white. Makuma swat. Man san cow dear. You check the akano. Yeah, no. I bet for the any mubako neo. The awiano key. Making sure so key in the band when you saw wakem. We no F. Let a near woman so dance. A grey ni your man would do. The any hakakra, any dear mood. As also was screens me, way amount information and we are can in winning. As a bessing up bonum papa, your friend entertainment, the awiano, Anne. And that's over to me, so I driving in 3 modes just like the others. Standard, and I say sports. So open them. Car way so. A bet to me to Kwaya Kumasi aba 330 kilometers. The chema would do crab to make Jesus on one bonum kakra and Sunday do. Who charging the 6 hours, sir? No. So bet to me so charging 3 hours. If I no fast charge. And you know when you know KFM Limited. And they are big just so. Fraying near me own sanka what the intentem. So open installment. A high purchaser. And train one nasi. We've got you solid. Yanume. On sabet me a fidie mubia. Ewa KFM Limited. On sabeke fidie no. Na wetiano kakra. We unyano bebia. Aji KFM Limited. Fraying ever sort out.
Yo, I'm for and I am Makwaba at the bar, a KFM musical shopper. You told me, no, who free a Kumasi Malcolm that hono, a sunny at the bar at Dumuno, Sabran Udu, a Sambra Junction, Sambra Hotel, Quantana Sope. Now shop on any Sambra Hotel and the Dinja anymore. Would the free Sambra Hotel, a wool sunny at the co, Nankani and Hagan hono, Annie, a ho, and a KFM musical shop. Ye tosu mienu ye bie ne foforo na de e kan ne se emfidie papa etimiche de odi ya sorry de odi goro agoro ahodo dwuma de bia wodi obehia eye mfidie mekire musical instrument bia no eye KFM ento wo se Ghana muntie Asante man muntie eye KFM musical shop ana sabre ya bie ne foforo mo no chan e wo Prempeh 2nd Street Ufri old man come down na wo sane ede ko adum no ane udu Sambra Hotel kwantane so na wa dane on sani fa so oho ana KFM musical shop yi ewo ye ne Sambra Hotel ana ehwe animo ye twa abrebia
gina mese se me ya proud ana se me ye twa me free Kumasi Adum KFM instrument store obi bisa sa se bo men fu de what to no woni si da what de ne ma papa e gira wani na what to say yes what to no bibi aka wakoma ni nyina free KFM instrument store Kumasi Adum se mi gira na me to no ma mi ti ya ho mi ka fi se fi papa mu anim na mi gina no wo be try e ko ma ya do se kana twa nanka kana u ensamfu ayi
Adeshimamba ye mamuina kwa babi omesan da mwasesa no pe muguso etimu TV ho amohwe no so pe mu kase wo KFM TV ne so me koso e kai usa no pensem no etwego e wo ye abefo ntentam fidie ne so Facebook and YouTube ye KFM TV gin channel to betimi ahwe bi na wa share na wa like na wa dwenche ne so die gu ase ama me kama no me to ansem ne so dia ma odia ye Bishop Dr. George ye Dawson amwa wo ye CEO Edema Chamber of Cement Manufacturers na they do awarding sembi abetudwa wo chem senkebe ya manufacturers ahodo a wo my Ghana bibia no wo hwe ma enoma eye papa quality materials no wo mo fa embua na no ade bi ebeboa ma adwuma na wo ye no eno so etimi akwanenim ye papa wo ho a wo mo hwe se eye unfair trade practice bi a ekoso no eno ade bi anani enje ho.
I took office, we really have to mention that there has been a very cordial relationship, collaboration, so far as the cement industry is concerned, which we are very, very happy about it. Today happens to be one of such, dialogues, one of such events that we need to meet. Of course, also coincided with the first, working, meeting that we have of the year. And as the minister rightly said, we have engaged today just to ensure that there is sanity. There is sanity and there is understanding among ourselves so far as cement manufacturing is concerned. The position of cement manufacturers have always been the same and never changed, that we are not against competition, but rather we are against unfair trade practice. And these are the discussions that we've been having, ensuring that there's a level playing field. That is all, the manufacturers, producers really have to comply with what actually the law states. And again, we thank the ministry for the guidance insofar as compliance of the law is concerned. Then the manufacturers too, apart from actually dialoguing with the ministry, we also do our self-regulatory exercises, ensuring that we also really ensure that our house is in order so far as compliance is actually concerned. One of the issues which have come up, which we also discuss it among ourselves, the quality of cement. We need to really ensure that the cement that we produce meet the standards that are required. Once again, I want to say thank you to the minister, a team, for the collaboration that we've had.
Ebusiafo enu tinsem we anampeni for the abetudwa yen so anope ye de bi aba abesum ye to ansem na so e de ama the Food and Drugs Authority FDA penifo a womo ewo my Ghana ha eye operation bi e course e Tema Port no eno enam so man dubone de opioid drugs de womo sa eso dodo na mu na eno anende penifo de abetudwa mo chese womo di kopie mu e court asem di bia no court ahyese sandro ni nia womo ensese ni nia se na be ya ebeboa ma ndubone ahodo a ekoso my Ghana ha no ano ebetimi abafom e de amaye. Ebusiafo enu nti eye FDA eye opioid drugs ahodo a wo nsa so mu no eno anasesi a wo asai ni nia wo hosa mo chese eno ayade bi abibia no ebeboa ma eye drug abuse anase nduboni a nipadodo na afa no ano ebetimi abrase ede amayen ewo my Ghana hase yede wo every sansem no anope na ede wa consent from dia eye campaigners ahodo ede sickle cell disease awareness a wo my Ghana ha no wo eton sa dia frɛ mpenifo ahodo a wo ewo my musa abibia nka wo ma public education enkoso ye papa ede fa eye sickle cell yade ne ho no mo de wo wogidie esusu se sa public education ekoso a ebeboa ma nipadodo na enya adwumofan ede afa sickle cell yade no ehon ne kwan a wo befa so a wo betimi aboa sankrofo ni nia ewo oman emu.
Sickle cell disease, in fact, it has been there from ages. But we have overlooked it so many years. Key people from our health sectors know more about sickle cell disease because there's no proper, let's say proper education like what the Ministry of Health has introduced already and going to scale. That's not existing yet. So people perceive sickle cell disease can be even in a sexual or anything of such. That even if you have intercourse with someone living with sickle cell like myself, you also get sickle cell. That's not so. When you hug someone living with sickle cell, you won't get sickle cell disease. When you eat with someone living with sickle cell, you won't get it. So in our community, people living with sickle cell, you've given us a name called sicklers. So as a sickler, people don't even want to associate themselves with you, especially our peers. They don't want to play with you because their parents have told them that, he's a sickler. So the moment you play with such a person, he may die or she may die. And these are making a lot of negative impact on people living with sickle cell. Isolations. We don't even want to associate ourselves with our peers because they will stigmatize us. So the society at large, the idea they know about sickle cell, but the impact on sickle cell, they don't know. The empathy they have to show with people living in sickle cell is not there. And even how to help a person in crisis. Imagine someone having sickle cell is in crisis right now. How can you handle such a person? We don't have that education yet. This is why we are here to urge the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education to help us to inculcate all this in our syllabus, which is the curriculum, for our students to know about sickle cell, because sickle cell is solely inherited through birth. You can't get it in any way. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Amos, what?
Ebusiafo anu ntinsem we ana sickle cell eye nkofo e womode abetudwa ye so ye de bi aba besom ye de wo etwansem ne so dia eye minister wo hwema Ghana ya kwante pon honsem etimi ejina ne nice ye papa de maye ne de dwe wabone homode kopie mu ewo Techima North eye district a mochese kwan a ekoso hwa no wo moye no wakwa akohwe edneni akohwe na ansiesie bia wo so moye no umetimi abom homode aye ede amobibia
aya be bosome mienu ni fani e na me ba e na me be kan se ma ye ho bosome miensa contractor be ba kwan ne so na wo twepepe na contractor ne ba e na me san kan bi o kan ho se me mehwe kwan no kopum se contractor na hye na adwuma ase na me hu se adwuma no wa ya akonanim e no de na maba efi se dede bebre ya na ho faso esha oye muma wa nkasa kra adwuma na kasa ama enti ampa matwen bosome mienu ni fani me ba ye titi okwa arua no a bridge na e ha ye nyina adwen a emma arua no for entimi nko kenten emma kenten for so ma arua no school for nkwala entimi nko school na ka pragia obibi entimi ntwam nko no ene sa bridge ya wie osumi mienu pe yero mahama yenye ne den yen ka ne sen ye wie ne sen ejapa nyame onhiraw se ye be hye bo nem sese rade boa na be kan ye ho a ye Techima North ya kwan be kra be hwe na mpampa wo ba yi nso wasom ama bridge osumi mienu pe a contractor ko ho wawie drains e wo ho nyina eno so wawie be hu sese o fele enche inim se me dem fa te huye be afi nko na wie ye de na ko tar bebre e wo Techima North era mahama ne be ko so ada na se.
The works involve upgrading activities which involve drainage works, sub-base bitumen works, and road furniture, the line markings and signage. Basically, that is the scope of the works involved. And works is to be delivered within 18 to 24 months. That's the completion period. But so far, what the contractor has even done is beyond 50% in less than 3 months. So we say we are ahead of schedule.
No possibly anyway a manage a say Jumedia air course we bear now to me and sending a chassis. I ever said the humanity for length soon. May idea a young walk what the my said the Ayana Nayaba Elizabeth Ohuso Ejare kan wotumi adi ne boshes no kwasem ne se kwan a ye ni no kreni na eye haw ekese e de mai se etoda na sensu to a na wonam ha eye bre titiru pa se de sane ko ase ho a ye fra abete place ho na ya de a etoda untumi nkokra de se susana se kwa no kra nanso na otumi ensani o sha ase no ama ye ni agi
de papa kwa no mo start so mo ba no papa no bedu na mo ka so mo ye kwa no mpo begin na mo say omonye na omotaika ba ye ho so mo ye gya na ye say already e nti ani di ajo ho
de ani je bebre abrekro dua nyina sania omatumi aye brains na ni nyina e fa ba bia ekogu gates ne oda yimu no aboa yen de ani
Siafa no tin semwe anna wo mode abetudwa no pe yen so ye de bi ababesomo e wo no so pe mo kase no so ye gina so na ya da ne ho sima ba ye ba ye de nsem no ekọ edwadie Adeshimamba ye de nsem no ekọ edwadie mu dia Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies ahodo mo my Ghana twanita from se Comac no ende dwe wo mo de abetudwa mo chem se eye fuel price a ne bo no ati aba from ye papa no eno eya de bia etwaye e wo my Ghana eno enam so mo de abetudwa mo che se eye wo mo nkita ho de meet na wo mo de be hyehye so no wo January bosmini de toso eduonu baako wa fimpinu ni eduonu nsia mo ana sa meeting wo mo de hyehye so eno ebe bua ma mo hukwan a wo mbefa so a efu a ne boy akofom ye papa no wo mbetimi aye no ma bi e de afa na wo mo chese eno eya de bi ebe bua na chief executive Edema Comac Dr. Eye Robinson upon wo no anodin semwe ebe tudwa no pay yenso ye de bi aba besum wo chese fuel prices a eno akofom no eno eya de bi a wo mani agiye papa eno nti wo mo a wo mo ye Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies Comegi e wo se wo mutimi hia na wo mani penifo ahodo etna asena nkita ho de bi e wo se ekoso no wo mutimi edigu kwan se na be ya prices wo metimi hu kwan a wo mbefa so a wo mo ebeboa ma abibia no o man ye fan wo nsem no etimi egina ne nan so ye papa edi aman no nti semwe ana Comac for edi abetudwa no pe ya yesu ye de bi ababesomo ewo kase no eso ye gina so ne de eye dwade nsem eni anopa nsem no ye de ni aba na ewie ye nsem no na edoso ye papa no pe na de edi mo akotene ebie ne se eye endedwe Ghana Immigration Service wo mo abo Interior Minister onmunya for Muntaka Mohammed wo mo abo na baso se ne nyuma pa wo ye wo my Ghana ha no eno ananam so masaba so body kese we etimi akọ edi ama no sa enso so anamam prosi eye ma wo mo ho enso edi oye twegu kwan mo chese wo mo peni eye Alhaji Abagirl a wo guso a etwe aban kokum no ebe yanka aban hwe na wo nyi no na eye bokon menti me ho ase kamia isa ban afa efa ba kwa no so ye de mu nsem ye de ebrewo ye de dwede nsem ka ho de ma Comac e de batudwa mo chese fuel price akofom no ye January bosmini da etoso eduonu ba ko no wo mo de wo mo first meeting no wo mo de be hyehye so afa ho no so ye de mu nsem ye de ebesom we ni nsem ne afofo pi ayebo ano anope ye de besom se no so mpa mu kase wo KFM TV no so ye beda ya bo afo ase KFM Musical Center Dadaba Tech Hub and a Talent Microfinance wo mo ananope wo mo eso ya sinema ye de nsemi ye de ba ebesom wo kenkan for eyemi mami esinkroma ya kramina